All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fourth and Football Podcast. We're finally here. It's Super Bowl weekend, live in action, baby. We waited all year for this. Wyatt, how you feel, man?
I'm excited. Another end to a great season.
Yeah.
Pissed off the Chiefs are back, like most people are in America, I feel like. But I'm excited. I feel like this Eagles team's got a good chance, and I get to look like a genius if the Eagles win it.
Yeah, you did call it earlier at the beginning of the year.
For any games were played this season, I took the Eagles.
Yeah. It seemed crazy to say when you said it because the disarray from the previous year. But, man, the Eagles, they're coming on strong. They look strong. And realistically, this is probably the matchup we always had at the beginning of the year. Like the two best teams, realistically,
Yeah.
that were going to level out against each other and play head-to-head again here in the Super Bowl coming up.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it 2 years back. The Eagles just came up short. They got different guys this time. They got a better defense. They got Saquon. A.J. Brown has blossomed into a wide receiver one.
Yeah.
It's a better matchup, in my opinion, for the Eagles this time than last time.
Yeah, this year's Super Bowl is a way better matchup than the couple years ago, right? It's a rematch of 57, Super Bowl 57,
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs versus Eagles last time. Jalen Hurts performed crazy last time. I feel like we're going to see a lesser statistical version this year from him because he has a lot more help with Saquon, of course. And the defense is here to keep the Chiefs from scoring like they did so fast and at any chance that they wanted to, right? Jalen Carter is a real force in the middle. And you got these rookies, man, these rookie cornerbacks. They played out of their minds all year, and they're here to take away the big plays that the Chiefs can do.
Yeah, so I actually saw a practice clip earlier this week, and it was Reed Blankenship and C.J. Gardner-Johnson working straight man against a tight end of full practice.
Full practice.
Full practice, man on a tight end.
So they're going to take out
So,
Kelsey.
yeah, I'm thinking they're going to run that same zone that teams have been throwing at the Chiefs, but I'm thinking they're going to run that man zone against straight man on Kelsey and then zone the rest of the field.
Kind of like spying him.
Something I've been saying they should have been doing this whole season.
Yeah. You have alluded to that earlier this year.
Yeah.
These are two different teams than they were previously. You know, they still had a little bit of over-the-top power a couple years back, the Chiefs I'm referring to, in those previous years. This year, you don't have Rashee Rice. Your only real weapon is a rookie in Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelsey, who can get open over the middle and find the easy zones.
I think a veteran's going to explode for the Chiefs, personally.
A veteran.
I think D-Hop's going to have a game.
Okay. We'll talk about that later.
I think D-Hop's going to have a game.
Let's talk about Jalen Hurts here. He couldn't get it done last time. We're not going to say it was on him because he played his mind, out of his mind, right?
He outplayed Mahomes.
He outplayed Mahomes last year, 100%. And he's arguably one of the most clutch quarterbacks when it comes to fourth quarter and overtime, right?
Yeah.
This year alone, he was 6-0 on game tying or winning drives in the fourth quarter or in overtime. He's a clutch guy. The stats may not always be there, but clutch is in his DNA.
Yeah. He's won everywhere he's went. He won at Bama. And they didn't win the whole thing in Oklahoma, but he won games at Oklahoma. And ever since he's been on the Eagles, all they've done is win football games. I mean, I love it for Hurts. If I'm an Eagles fan, I actually feel good about this game. I feel like the Eagles should be the favorited team in this game.
Yeah. We get it that Vegas has them, 2-point underdogs?
It moved back to 1 today.
Back to 1. So it's going to be it's predicted to be a close game.
Right on the dot.
Do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, or you feel like it's going to be a lower mid-level scoring game?
I like at least one team I think is going to put up 30.
One team to at least put up 30?
Yeah, I think it's going to be around, 34-31, 31-28, something like that.
I kind of agree with you there. I feel like one team will probably reach the 30, maybe on the precipice towards the end of the game, like a game-winning field goal or game-winning drive at the end. I really feel like it's going to be a mid-20s game, low to mid-20s game personally, like 24-20 type game maybe. The difference maker arguably is none other than, to me, is going to be Vic Fangio. We know Vic Fangio is 0-8 versus Mahomes.
Yeah.
Since he's played him 0-8, right? We've seen this going around everywhere. But you gotta dive into this a little bit. He had Drew Lock for 4 of those games.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa for 2 of those games, and he was a DC with the Miami Dolphins. And then he had Teddy Bridgewater the other games. So it's not like he had a great leader leading the offense. He didn't have a spear. You know what I'm saying? And he had lower ranked defenses then. But you really got to dive into the numbers to see that Vic Fangio has been the best defensive coordinator or head coach to get up Mahomes off of his game. His red zone percentage is less than half of what it is versus everybody else. I think he's 67% in the red zone to score a touchdown versus everybody else when he plays Fangio is 38%.
Wow.
Yes, it's huge.
Why are they not talking about that? They're talking about the record, but they're not talking about how he's stopping Mahomes.
Everybody's surface level thing.
That's true.
But he does really well against Mahomes. And to beat this team, you're going to have to make them. I think you have to play the sticks a little bit, give them everything in front, and beat them in the red zone, keep them to field goals. And I think that's the way you beat this team. And keep them, make them their third downs, make them long, because the Chiefs are the best in the league at converting on third down.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm him, I'm feeling better. You have never had a Hurts. Like you said, you've had Tua, Drew Lock, and Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Hurts is levels above those guys by far. 100%. And like we said, he's performed in the last Super Bowl, so it's not like he's going to shy down in the moment. I don't think he will at all.
No, he's bred for this.
Yeah. And then you have the best player in football this season on your team in Saquon.
He should be the MVP. NFL honors are going on right now. I'm hoping for Saquon. We'll see who it is.
Realistically, I think it's going to be Josh Allen this year.
Okay.
Who I think it should be is Josh Allen. But, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I feel like the Eagles do have a chance to come on top. I've been saying I feel like the Chiefs are going to win. The more I look into it, I think I'm rocking with the Eagles.
See, I'm doing the opposite. Like, I something tells me the Eagles are going to win, but in my heart of hearts, it's just like Mahomes and the Chiefs and Andy Reid. And it does come down to coaching for me in this. On the Eagles side, I feel like Vic Fangio is a great defensive coordinator. But I don't feel like Sirianni is the best game manager in the best positions. Andy Reid is the best at it. You know, he's the greatest at it. When it's time to go win the game, him and Mahomes orchestrate that drive. And I hate to say that because I do not want the Chiefs to win, but reality is setting in for me, and I feel like the Chiefs will win.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about this Eagles team just feels different. I don't know. It's felt like that all season for me.
Yeah, I think 2 years back, you had Gardner Johnson and Darius Slay were arguably their best defensive backs now, right?
Yeah.
Now they're in the lower half because you have these talented Quinyon Mitchell. Cooper DeJean is a star-studded guy. And you have a defensive interior and linebacking core that's levels above where they were 2 years ago.
I think we've been saying this all playoffs. Nolan Smith Jr. is going to be one of the best edge rushers in the league in the next couple of years.
He's actually my guy, like my X factor in this game.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith Jr. is my X factor in this game for the Eagles.
Okay. I have a different one, but I like that one. I like that one a lot.
I think he's going to be the guy to run Mahomes down and bring that pressure and keep this game where it needs to be.
I hope so. I'm really pulling for the Eagles in this one. I want the Eagles to win. And after looking into it a little bit more, really looking at teams they've played this year, looking at the games, I like the Eagles to win this game.
So I can't remember. Remind me here. Was Nolan Smith on the team last time they played in the Super Bowl?
If he wasn't getting very much playing time.
Or was he got drafted the year?
I want to say this is his second year.
So this is his second year.
So last year was his rookie year.
So no, he wasn't on that team.
No.
So do you think they snuck back in and got Nolan Smith for this reason?
I do. I think, I mean, they win the draft. The Eagles always win the draft. Yeah. They did it last year with Quinyon and Cooper DeJean, and look how that's played off.
Because you got to think they're looking at this Chiefs team they just lost to.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I believe they got Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith same draft, right?
Yep.
Am I correct? They're looking at this Chiefs team, and who do they have in the middle? The Chiefs that they just lost to. They have a dominator in Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Who they go get? Jalen Carter falls them at 9.
Yeah.
Later on in the draft, they're able to go back up and get Nolan Smith.
I also got Jordan Davis.
Also, but the year before that, Jordan Davis was on that team. He just didn't play enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they get this Nolan Smith kid, and I just think it's for moments like this. I think it's all been in culmination for this game right here.
And who do they get to learn from? Brandon Graham.
An
all-time, a great.
An Eagles legend, right?
A leader.
And I'm hearing he's going to play. I'm hoping to see it. I'm hearing he's going to play. I don't know how true it is.
How iconic would that be? Brandon Graham sack after missing all this time.
All this time, coming through, sacking the quarterback.
I've also heard something about Rasheed possibly playing.
Ooh, that would be crazy. I don't know if I'd play Rasheed because I feel like that throw off the offense of everything.
They've been rolling.
Yeah.
First game back from injury. Is he full? I don't think he's ready.
No.
Not
that's
from
a
that
terrible
degree
injury. No, I wouldn't risk it. They can win it without him if they're going to win.
And let's say you do rush him back, then you miss him all of next year. Like, that's a big loss.
That's speculation there. They don't need to bring Rasheed.
No, I don't.
Brandon Graham, I mean, he's probably retiring this year. Risk it all. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? But yeah, like I said, so you've changed to the Chiefs instead of your Eagles?
Unfortunately, I'm despise them, but unfortunately, yeah. I feel like reality's setting in for me.
I've changed back to the Eagles. I'm just excited that you're watching it this year.
Yeah, I was not going to watch, but I realized we do a podcast. I got to watch it. That's how much like bias and hatred I have towards the Heat.
Plus,
the Chiefs.
I need your help eating all those wings.
Yeah.
But all right. So we talked about how we think they're going to win it. Who do you think's going to show up the biggest for the Eagles? You hinted at your X factor. So who's your X? So you're sticking with your X factor.
That's my X factor for the Eagles. Maybe statistically he might not show up the biggest, but I feel like his presence is going to be the best, and he's going to be the biggest impact for the Eagles to help shut down that offense for the Chiefs.
My X factor is actually going to be Devontae Smith.
Really?
Games this year where Devontae Smith's had a big game, they won every game. I feel like McDuffie's going to be blanketed over the top of A.J. Brown. That's what I think is going to happen. That'd be the smartest thing for them to do.
Yeah.
And I think Devontae Smith is just going to kill him, whoever that other guy is over there.
Is 35 playing for them? I know he was kind of.
I'm not sure.
Because he got injured a little bit. Yeah. I think the last game they played. He came back in, but I saw in a report that he may or may not. He's questionable.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the Super Bowl he'll play. He's an underrated corner. But I don't think he's going to be able to hold up.
No, I think Devontae Smith's their X factor. I think if Devontae Smith goes for over 70 yards, they win the game.
Okay.
So that's my prediction.
I feel like if the Eagles just run the ball early and often, establish it, keep the Chiefs defense on the field, keep Mahomes off the field. I mean, that's elementary to say, but it's so true.
Another X factor, I think the Eagles got to get Saquon involved in the passing game. They've kind of got away from it this past couple of weeks, which he's killed running the ball. But against teams where he's struggled running the ball, they've got him involved in the passing game, and it works. They're winning those games, and he's still producing. You just got to find a way to keep Saquon involved. They got to
spread the ball around is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they just got to keep Saquon involved. Yeah. If the run's not working, just find a way to get the ball in his hands. He's special.
Yeah. Do you think Saquon's going to be able to – he's done amazing all year, 2,000-yard rusher. Do you believe Saquon Barkley can replicate what he's done all season? It looks like he's playing rookie mode on Madden. Can you think he can do that against his Chiefs defense? They're one of the best tackling defenses in the league.
I do. I think we're going to see it first drive.
First drive.
Calling it. Saquon, he's going to bust out. He may not score, but he's going to bust out like a 30-yard run, I think, first drive, and it's going to put a shock instantly into the Chiefs.
I don't know if it'll shock them because they're so well coached, and I've noticed a lot of teams have success early in the game against the run, on the run against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Running the ball against the Chiefs. And early in the game, it's like, we're going to be able to run this ball all day. And then towards the third and fourth quarter, they just put the clamps down. I don't know what it is, and they kind of tighten up on the run game a lot.
Yeah. I
feel like if they can do it in the longevity of the game.
They have to keep it established. That's where the Texans messed up in the game against the Chiefs. They had the run game, and they just got away from it too early.
Yeah. I could say the same thing we say the same thing for the Bills.
True.
It's like people lose all composure when they play these guys.
Yeah. I mean, you saw me watching that game with you. I was the whole game, I'm yelling, why is James Cook not getting the ball anymore? Why is James Cook not getting the ball anymore? And it showed. I mean, James Cook was killing.
Yeah.
I think if they give the ball to James Cook on a handoff instead of trying to sneak Josh Allen on that play, we're talking about a whole different Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. I think my Chiefs X factor, you've been talking about him all year, is Xavier Worthy. They need somebody outside of Kelsey to take the top off. Explosive plays. They have the least explosive plays in the NFL this year. They need explosive plays in this game. Yes, we can do this death by 1,000 cuts like we've seen all year. It works. Brady did it. Mahomes does it now. But you've talked about the defense of the Eagles. You see, they're going to put the clamps on Kelsey. They're going to attempt to at least. They're going to need another guy to bust this zone, this man zone, or this zone, whatever they run. Bust it wide open. If they can keep Kelsey under 35 yards, the Eagles are going to win this game. A way the Chiefs can avoid that is a guy like Worthy stepping up, and they have to pay attention to this guy.
So this worked out. I went offense for the Eagles. You went defense. I got my guy defense for the Chiefs. My X factor is Nick Bolton. We talked about stopping Saquon, and I think you got to stop the rush from Jalen Hurts at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be Nick Bolton's role. I think he's either going to be manned up, no matter if it's a run play or pass play, you're watching Saquon, or they could go the opposite and be like, you're going to QB spy on Hurts. But I think for the Chiefs to win, they're going to have to stop the running game for the Eagles that has just worked all year with both of those players. And I think Nick Bolton's going to be the guy that's going to have to do that.
Nick Bolton has played tremendously in the last 3 or 4 years. He's become one of my favorite linebackers to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
He has a nose for the ball. He's aggressive. He plays harder than almost any linebacker I've seen in the last 5-6 years. He will definitely be a factor in this. Him, and I will say Chanel. Chanel's a secret X factor for me too, because people don't account for the kid. And Drew Tranquil, they really got an underrated linebacker.
They really do.
They really do. If I think about it, it's going to be very exciting to see.
Also, like D-Hop, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's going to be a veteran guy. against these rookie corners. That's the one thing that's kind of scared me about this team is rookie secondary, great quarterback. They saw Jane Daniels, also a rookie though. They haven't seen Matt Stafford had a great game against him.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball. Now Mahomes, rookie DBs, and then you have a guy that's smart, been in the league for a while, and still a good receiver in DeAndre Hopkins.
Still a great receiver.
Yeah.
One of the best at getting separation, professional separation.
Exactly. I think D-Hop is going to have a big game.
I feel like in the clutch moments they should go to him, and I feel like they will.
I feel like they will.
The third downs, because I feel like there's going to be more long third downs than they've seen all year in this game.
It might shock some people with how quiet D-Hop has been, but give me D-Hop for over 50 for sure this
over
game.
50?
I think so, yeah.
I like that. I want to talk about Mahomes here. I know we joke about it a lot, how I don't necessarily I don't have nothing against the guy, but not a fan, right?
Yeah.
But the guy's a legend. He's a great, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's 7-0 against teams with top 5 defenses in the playoffs. In those games, he completes 70% of his passes, averages 280 yards, and has a 4-to-1 touchdown to turnover ratio. We talk about Jalen, he's clutch. This guy is as clutch as it gets. That's why there's majority of America is like Chiefs. They're taking the Chiefs because of this guy right here.
Yeah.
He's the greatest thing we've seen since Tom Brady. Do you think that the Eagles will be able to stop this guy, man?
Like I just said, I don't think so. I mean, I think Mahomes, if they force a turnover, I like how it looks. Mm-hmm. He hasn't had a pick, and I don't know how long.
Yeah.
If you can get a pick on him early, get some momentum going your way on the defensive side of the football, because I don't think the Eagles are going to have a problem moving the ball at all. I think the defense is good. It's going to have to get one stop. I think that's all the Eagles need is one stop early. Get some momentum going for your defense. Put a little bit of oh shit into the Chiefs, just a little bit, enough to kind of throw them off. And I like it. But
it's so hard to shake these guys. I saw Peyton Hendershot getting interviewed over the last week, and they were talking about what's your difference between the Cowboys and the Chiefs. He's like, I'm not trying to throw any shade, but with the Cowboys, it's all speculation. It's like we're here like we're entertainment, and with the Chiefs, it's literally just football and winning. That's all they do. I feel like it really is hard for these guys to get shook. Even when they are shook, it's like we're the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah.
They remember who they are, and that's a fortitude towards the great coaching, the mindset, the culture that's been built there by Andy Reid, Mahomes, everybody there. I talked about it earlier. I feel like Vic Fangio is going to be a key factor in this and his defense and the plays he calls, because in these games he's played Mahomes, he's never done the same thing, right? He's 49% of the time he blitzed him a couple times. The other times he only blitzed 10% of the time. So he's done a really good job of keeping Mahomes off kiltered. And I talked about the Chiefs being the best third down conversion team in the league. Against Vic Fangio, he averages 39% against Vic Fangio. Against the rest of the NFL, his entire career, he's averaged just under 50% on third down conversions. Wow. So there's something there Vic Fangio knows, or maybe he just knows a little bit. There's something there, and I feel like the key to this is long third downs and stopping the 1st and 10 runs, the 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9 runs. If they can do that, everything's right there in front of them in order to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Yeah, like I said, I think the biggest X factor overall for the whole game is going to be that Eagles defense. I'm not worried about either team's offense at all. Their offense have showed us all season they're going to put up points. Yeah. They're just going to. The defense for the Chiefs, I think they are maybe not as skilled as the Eagles defense. Maybe I might lean towards the Eagles and towards of skill and everything like that. But when it comes down to coaching, the Chiefs win the coaching battle, I think.
On all facets.
10 times out of 10.
Yeah, on all facets.
100%. But I'm saying, if the Eagles can get that stop early, it's going to make a big difference in the game, I think, honestly, if they can get a pick in the first half of the game, it's going to show.
Okay.
It's going to show later on.
I feel like, especially with the young guys' attitude, if they smell blood in the water,
they're going to go.
They're going to get it,
yeah.
You know? I like that a lot. I think we're going to see a real emergence of Jalen Carter as arguably the best interior defensive lineman.
I hope so. I really do.
This is a come-out game for these guys. I mean,
for sure. They're all so young. That's the scary thing about this defense. Yeah. This defense is already one of the best defenses in football, and they're super.
And they have Darius Slay as their number 3 corner now.
Yeah.
I know DeJean plays a nickel majority, but I mean, let's realistically, Darius Slay, who's still a decent corner, honestly, above average, good corner in this league, is your 3rd best corner when he was your 1st best corner previously.
Yeah. That's
Reed
scary.
Blankenship has blossomed into a pretty good safety. Gardner Johnson's a monster. I'm very excited to see this matchup. The more we talk about it, dude, I didn't even
Yeah.
want to watch it. Now I'm just fucking excited.
Now you're
to watch
ready.
this thing.
I've been
ready.
the same way the last couple of days.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
I
to
was
see
like,
this.
man, it's another Super Bowl week.
Another Chiefs.
And then the NBA trade deadline comes around. I'm like, holy shit, Luka's on the Lakers now.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
I forgot about the Super Bowl for
Ripped
a
my
couple of
heart out.
days.
So did I.
And now it's like today the dedeadline ended, and now I'm seeing more stuff about the Super Bowl again. I'm like, oh my God, it's that time. Like,
it is.
let's fucking
couple more
go.
days, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was thinking about today. I got so excited. I was like, man, let me go ahead and pre-order my wings and my pizzas.
You know, it's a shame we like the Pro Bowl is so bad now.
Oh my gosh.
Growing up, I used to love watching the Pro Bowl, the weight lifting, the quarterback skill, the running back, the catching, and everything, the drills that they will do, the
Tom
competitions
Brady
they would
getting his
do.
helmet knocked off.
And then like the game itself was like the best game of the year outside of the Super Bowl. Just people showing out, stars showing out. Now it's just like, what is this now? The NFL has to fix this.
Oh my!
I didn't even bother to watch it. I
Okay.
didn't even bother. Actually, the worst part is I forgot it was even on.
Yeah,
That's it was that
they're
least
playing
of importance. to me.
flag football.
Yeah.
It's like I thought the NBA All-Star game was bad, and then I'm like, oh my gosh.
I used to love to watch the Hall of Fame game where
Yeah.
the old heads would play flag football.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they would play flag football. And that shit was awesome. I was like, that's pretty cool. I don't expect them to play. And then you get the real game, Sean Taylor knocking Brian Mormon's
Yeah.
fucking head off in a Pro Bowl. I mean, you got Ed Reed taking a fumble back to the crib. I mean, they played harder than they did all year because it's like, you think you the best? I'm the best.
Yeah.
Head to head, let's get this.
It meant something to him.
Yeah, it was a
We
real
see it's
rivalry.
the same way in the NBA now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like, oh, I hate the NBA All-Star game. It's got to be the worst. And then I'm like, oh shit, I even forgot about the Pro Bowl. That's how bad the Pro Bowl is.
Yeah.
The Pro Bowl is that bad.
Yeah.
Like we watch football together every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday you're at my house or I'm at your house, and it's like we were at the park just chilling.
Yeah.
on
I was like,
Sunday.
oh, man, the Pro Bowl's on right now. I was like,
And then
whatever.
I was like, hey, bro, we're missing great football. You're like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, bro, the Pro Bowl. And we just.
I was like, the participation bowl, you mean?
Yeah.
You're getting Tyler Huntley to be one of the quarterbacks? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Drake May and Russell Wilson are out there. This is bad.
Hey, Jared Goff balled out in the competition skill, though.
Wow. Too bad you didn't ball off against the Commanders. Oh, yeah. I'm almost foaming at the mouth ready for this Super Bowl. I think it's the best matchup we've had in a while.
Yeah. We already saw it, so I think there's people who are like, eh.
But it's
when you really get to
different
breaking
Eagles
it down,
team.
it is. And there's the revenge factor here. It's almost like a deja vu factor going on.
Yeah.
You got these guys who were part of this team who are foaming at the mouth, as you just said, to get a chance to play these guys in a big game again. The calmness I see of Jalen Hurts really resonates with me. Every year there's like, Jalen Hurts. Personally, I even think it sometimes too. I'm going to have to slap myself next year if he's got me questioning his ability because he's back here again and he's like 26 years old. So I really got to take a step back when it comes to her and just appreciate his greatness too. Everything falls short of Mahomes but like comparison kills joy. But Jalen Hurts is having an amazing career.
Yeah.
When he was a second-round pick and people were laughing that they put him in the end of the year on his rookie year.
And then, I mean, we're going to talk about him eventually. The Dallas Cowboys, there were rumors they were going to get Jalen Hurts. They're going to get Jalen Hurts. The Eagles trade up, get Hurts, and now he's kicking Cowboys' ass every year, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We're going to waste time on that mediocre franchise?
I love when everything comes around full circle, and at the end of the circle, it's always the Cowboys suck.
Somewhere, the Cowboys
always ends
made a
up
horrible
how
decision.
The Cowboys look so stupid. And I
you know
love
what
it.
I want to talk about? Just to split off here for a second. Where is Myles Garrett going?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned trade deadline.
Yeah.
Big trade. You heard him in the interview the other day, didn't you? Talking about, these Philly guys really want me to come down to Philly.
Yeah.
Imagine you have to go against Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Myles Garrett.
And Jordan Davis is subbing in.
And still Jordan Davis. Oh my gosh. I'm terrified if I'm playing.
I would say
against
that's
front four.
not going to happen, right?
No.
But the Eagles always make the craziest shit happen.
And I think he will go to a team, but I don't think it's going to be the Eagles. I think it's going to be a team in that division.
The Commanders?
I think it's going to be the Commanders.
I think it's going to be the Commanders.
I think they see how close they already are when they were not supposed to be this close.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a big offseason from the Commanders.
To make the moves aggressively.
I'm thinking.
Do you think they have I feel like it could be to detriment of their own that they saw how close they got with what they have and they might not think they need to make a lot of moves. Maybe just one big move like a Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Or something like that. If I'm them, I'm risking it all, kind of like the Mavs are doing and the Lakers are doing. I'm just throwing like, wait, what do I not need? You're gone. That's what we need.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to bring in Garrett. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a T. Higgins or Garrett Wilson going over that way too.
Yeah, because we got a lot of receivers coming up. We looked at the free agency list, upcoming free agency list, a couple weeks back, and we were like, oh my God, there's some guys that are going to be available this year.
Like, this is going to be an exciting offseason.
Yeah.
Between this draft, what's going to happen. We don't know who the number one pick is. We have no clue who the number one pick is. Nope. That's exciting in itself.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a Giants fan, you're like, oh my gosh, we're probably going to get our franchise QB, hopefully.
Yeah. That's
exciting for me.
It's an attest to Jaden Daniels and his incredible rookie year. He just won Rookie of the Year tonight. We saw that coming. He was the only rookie quarterback to get to a title game and not have a top 6 defense, at least, I think. He had a top 18. He had a bottom half defense and got to it. The rest of these guys that are on the list, first, third, fourth, like Joe Flacco, people like that, they had top 5 defenses. He has the 18th ranked defense. That shows you how much talent's there. Maybe Myles Garrett does look at that and he's like, you know what? Send me to DC.
Yeah. I mean, that kid's a monster.
I saw his list. Myles Garrett was the Commanders, the Cowboys, the Bills, the Eagles, and the Buccaneers, and I think there might have been one more that I can't remember. But it was a vast broadening of teams, and it made me question, like, how does he see teams that are on the precipice of possibly winning a Super Bowl? Because some of these teams, I was like, yeah, they were in the playoffs, but, like, you know how the playoffs is. You can be in it one year and be out one year. And there was a big disparity between the teams. I was just wondering, how do NFL players see these teams and where they can go in the trajectory as opposed to an everyday viewer like myself or even like a professional sports analyst?
I think it kind of, if I was a player, I'd be looking at 2 things. Marketability, if you're trying to make the money. And 2, what every team needs to win it all, and that's a franchise quarterback. Why would I waste my time going to a team if they don't have a franchise quarterback? Because I'm just going to have to sit through the same rebuilding process till you get that guy.
That makes a lot of sense. He's 100% going to looking for teams that have a franchise quarterback. Do you think he's looking at their defense and be like, you know what? If I go there, I'm plugging this hole that they did not have.
Yeah.
This need that they did not have on their defense.
I mean, look at the Bills. That would be scary. You have Gregory Rousseau, who exploded this year. You don't have that other guy on the other edge.
Matt Wano played really good when he wasn't injured. Great leader, great linebacker. But you didn't have that real force.
You put Garrett on the other edge.
Not only pass rusher, but a dominating run stopper.
You put Garrett on one edge, Rousseau on the other.
Ed Oliver in the middle.
You just got to fill in the holes.
That's crazy.
That's it.
And ain't Von Miller still playing?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he retires. I hate to say it.
Chase it, baby. If you get Garrett, you got to come back.
I don't know. If I'm Von Miller, I'm hanging it up. I'm hanging it up.
He wants another one. I don't blame him. Get that money, Von.
Speaking of hanging it up, let's play possibilities.
Okay.
Chiefs win the Super Bowl. You know, they get their Chiefs, Pete. Kelsey's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
Is this Kelsey's last year?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's going to come back for one more year. I'm going to say he's going to try to play as many seasons as his brother did. And I feel like there's some records he wants to chase. And if he feels like they can do it again, because nobody, if they get 4, if they get 3, and they turn around and have a chance to get 4, nobody will probably ever get close to 4 in a row.
No.
And if they feel like if they can really do it, I feel like he comes back.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I think this is it for him. Win or lose, I think this is it for Kelsey. We've seen some slowing down this season that we hadn't seen in previous seasons, for sure.
Until he's the playoffs.
That's true. But he's got so much going on outside of football right now, it seems like.
The acting we've seen.
Acting, the podcast, Taylor Swift.
And he is an uncle.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe he wants to start a family.
That's what I was thinking too.
You know?
So I think this is going to be it for Kelsey.
Okay. Last year for Kelsey, huh?
Yeah. Now.
Good.
What's bigger if this was to happen? Kelsey proposing to Taylor Swift after the win or the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl? What's bigger?
What's bigger?
What's going to get the headline?
The headline will be Chiefs 3-peat. Travis Kelce bends the knee. It'll be the same headline, and it will be huge.
I think it's going to be Chiefs and Swift get a ring.
Oh,
I think they're going to put Taylor Swift into it with the Chiefs and get more clicks than they've ever had on anything.
I like that. I like that headline.
Yeah.
I can see it front line right there, like in the newspapers, all over the internet.
Everywhere.
That's nice.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But I don't think he's gonna. That's kind of corny. I mean, he's a corny dude. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't think he'll propose to her right there.
I hope not.
He'll go out like a sucker.
I'm gonna be so pissed if I see another Chiefs Super Bowl that ends with Taylor Swift on the main thing of football. Oh my God. I'll just be happy if it's over at that point.
I like Taylor Swift's music. I don't know the woman personally. I mean, my daughter loves her music.
Yeah.
So I don't hate on the music, but it does. I watch football to watch football. I don't want to see any celebrity for that fact. Like when I watch college football, and sometimes I'm like, get McConaughey off the fucking screen. Quinn Ewers about to snap the ball.
I love Matthew McConaughey. Don't get me wrong. Hook him.
Just using an example.
Yeah.
I feel like we're here to, like, that's part of the game too. You like in boxing and stuff. And I guess it's cool to see now in football that we see all these celebrities come.
Speaking of boxing, I know it's a football podcast. But
oh my God. Today,
you saw it get announced just like right before we got on?
Yeah. Terrence Crawford, Canelo no longer on. Canelo versus Jake Paul.
Oh my God.
I thought it was a joke, bro. And I was like, what account is this? And I clicked on it. It was like ESPN. Yeah. What the hell? What a money grab. But you know what? I hope Canelo puts this guy in his place.
Yeah. I'm calling Jake Paul round 1 KO'd.
KO'd?
I hope so.
If Canelo respects the sport of boxing, he'll do that.
Yeah.
But if it is like, I'm just trying to get paid, there's probably going to be something in there where you can't knock me out before the 4th or 5th round.
What if Paul wins?
Then we know it's rigged. It's fucking Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
There's no world ever that Jake Paul will defeat Canelo Alvarez in a boxing match before Canelo's the age of 55.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. So we know it'd be rigged if Paul were to win by any outcome.
I am sad the Crawford fight got canceled.
Yeah, because that was the legacy fight, the fight everybody wanted to see. Crawford versus Canelo. There was not a bigger fight to make. I had already called my cousins, everybody, like, hey, we're getting that.
We were going to do something.
We're doing something.
I was thinking back at the Cosm.
Yeah.
Like that.
Live at the Cosm.
Oh, my gosh.
But now we get Jake Paul versus Canelo, probably on Netflix with a buffering session. Oh, God. No, they'll probably do it DAZN or ESPN.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're going to watch it.
Oh, I mean, it's Canelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the Super Bowl. Let's get on some side stuff. The Super Bowl is just bigger than the game.
Yeah.
Halftime show.
Oh, God.
How are we feeling? I'm excited. Not even as much for Kendrick. I love some SZA music. I don't know what it is about when SZA comes on. I love SZA.
You know Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Swift have a song together, right?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's, what is it? Bad Blood. The Bad Blood remix with Kendrick Lamar.
It's true.
Yeah.
Is it going to get played?
I bet. I mean, they would have to. Why would you not? Like, if I'm a businessman, I'm like, it's right there in front of you. I'm looking at Kendrick like, you got to do Bad Blood at halftime, right? Like, that's gonna happen, right?
You see what else came out today?
What?
He is playing their Not Like Us.
I didn't see that.
Out. He is playing.
When did that come out?
It came out earlier today. I was at work and I got a notification on Twitter. I was looking through it and it was multiple sources.
I'd put money he wouldn't do it because the lawsuits and everything.
I think he's gonna do it. It came out like
and the NFL don't want. You're employed by the NFL right here. He's not getting paid. He's not a single. Like, he's employed by the NFL for this game, and I don't think they want no part of it. The NFL wants any parts of this lawsuit.
Also with Jay-Z, I feel like Jay-Z's like, you know what? Give us the fine. I think he's
not a fine. It's a law. It's a big loss
against the NFL. I think he's like, y'all can do whatever y'all want with us. I think he's gonna play it.
I don't know. He might.
If he plays it, that's gonna be huge.
Why?
If you're Drake, how do you feel?
You're still the #1 artist in the world outside of Taylor Swift. What do you mean? Why would you feel? Drake said it. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody go hand him a Grammy right now.
5 of them.
Okay.
He beat Drake in one night.
How? Look at the numbers. Because you got some Grammys?
Yeah.
For the last 10 years, all I've heard is everybody talk about Grammys or this. They're not real. They're voted by these frauds. And now that the people that we see are getting these awards, now you're like, oh, Grammys, hell yeah, they're doing their fucking thing. Come on, bro. Reason Drake don't get Grammys because he's boycotted them a long time ago.
I don't know.
Stop going to them.
I'm just excited about this halftime show.
Yeah, I don't want to get on all that. Let's not get on all that. The halftime show, I mean, Kendrick's a great performer. It'll be badass.
I think it'll be good.
It'll be really good. I'm hoping to see some old stuff, hear some old stuff from him as well, and mix the new stuff in. This is probably also a reason for this type of album we got. Of course, it was everybody fell in love with the Not Like Us style. They're like, oh, we like that Kendrick. Kendrick saw the dollars.
I loved Damn.
Yeah.
I need old Kendrick.
I'm thinking he's playing stuff. He maybe drops his for like something for the Super Bowl he knew he was gonna get, and like more upbeat show music that like turns up, get people turned up.
Give me DNA first song played. They got those weird props out there.
Oh yeah, is that your prop?
Give me DNA first song.
How much you gotten on it?
Like 10 on it.
Put $10 on DNA first song.
Just a little something.
There you go. DNA first song.
Heard it
halftime
here.
Super Bowl.
You heard it here. Best teenage better in the world.
Best teenage better. I ain't gonna lie, man. You've been going crazy.
Going
lately.
crazy. 4K in 3 days.
Throw some screenshots up there. People aren't believing you, but yeah, this guy's going. He's done it. It's like the 4th time you've done it in the last 5 months, like on a run.
2 months.
Crazy run. Last 2 months. Yeah.
I mean, so I'll give out some prop bets for the Super Bowl.
All right.
Give me D-Hop. The line right now is 13.5 yards. That's his line. Hammer that line. Over 13.5.
That's D-Hop's line for the Super Bowl?
Yes, 13.5.
Jesus.
Saquon's longest rush, 23.5. Hammer that one.
Yeah, he's going to break one.
He's going to break one. I love those two. And then let's go with a 4-leg. Give me Mahomes over 20 rushing yards. And then give me Devontae Smith over 50 receiving yards.
I like all those, actually.
Heard it here first.
I like all those.
Lock it in. I got it locked in on my side. I'm going to put y'all onto some money.
All right.
Lock it in.
I like it.
All right. So we talked about Andy Reid and his greatness of coaching earlier. The Chiefs go get this 3-peat. Where does this rank not only the dynasty against the Patriots, but that all-time great coach, Reid versus Belichick?
I mean, a 3-peat's never been done. So, I mean, you got to put it up there. But the Patriots still would be 2 Super Bowls ahead of these guys. Granted, it's a bigger scale, right?
Yeah.
Bigger scale, different years. Andy Reid would arguably, not even arguably, if the Chiefs go win this Super Bowl, Andy Reid is the best head coach we've ever seen. 100%. He's done 4 in 5 or 6 years? He'll be 4 in 5 or 6 years. My point here is, why would Andy be greater than Bill Belichick? Why is Andy Reid a better head coach than Bill Belichick, who everybody says is the greatest head coach of all time? If they win this Super Bowl here for this reason, Bill couldn't do it with anybody outside of Tom. Tom was the culture. Tom takes it to Tampa, wins another one, gets his number 7. I truly believe, and this is just speculation, I truly believe you give Andy Reid Burrow or Allen or Mahomes probably the same result.
You don't think if Belichick got Breeze, Manning, or Rodgers, it would have been the same? You don't?
They didn't build the same culture. There's a reason the culture followed Tom to Tampa Bay. There was a reason. The culture Belichick set was also reinforced by Tom Brady and his attitude and his culture because he believed in it. Tom Brady was the New England way.
Yeah.
Belichick's an amazing coach. We've seen his record without Tom, though.
True. Yeah, I'm with you. I think this would make Andy Reid the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion, too. In that Chiefs dynasty, I think I might put him over the Patriots.
For a singular team, I guess, because realistically, you can break the Patriots up into, 2 or 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Because the way they won.
This team is basically almost the same.
Almost the same. They're 1 or 2 players.
You can make an argument. They're a worse team from the first Super Bowl. You could legitimately make that argument.
In different facets, yeah. Their defense is 10 times better than they ever were.
For sure, yeah.
They're a more complete team, this team is. And the last 3 years, if they win 3 in a row, yeah, probably the best dynasty we've ever seen. They won 3. They've kept almost everybody together except for a handful of guys.
Yeah.
They brought Juju back to possibly win another one here. Yeah. The core group's still there. You know what? Yeah.
So if Belichick's the greatest, the Chiefs become the greatest, where does that put Mahomes and Brady?
Oh, that's a whole different level.
Yeah.
Tom Brady had 3 Hall of Fame careers.
True. My personal opinion, Mahomes will never be the GOAT.
No, I agree.
Who's the guy that you could never get past in the playoffs?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Could never do it. In the AFC, beat you. Move to the Bucks, beat you in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That right there solves the GOAT debate for me. It will always be Tom Brady. I don't care if Mahomes gets 8. It will always be Brady for me.
Just the way he did it.
How he beat you head to head.
Yeah. There's literally a record here. Head to head, you guys have played multiple times and
he's
you have
beat
lost.
You.
Yeah.
In the biggest stage, he's beat you. It's not like every other sport, basketball, it's LeBron Jordan. We never got to see it.
You get to see it this way, too. Mahomes has been in the same era of play calling, of formation schemes, of referee.
Analytics.
Rules,
that's my big thing.
Brady has transcended through all eras of the last 20-something years of football.
Flawlessly.
Yes.
And my whole thing with Brady, too, is their respect, could he do this without Belichick? Could Belichick do it without him? So he was like, okay, I'm going to go to Tampa Bay that hasn't won shit.
Yeah.
And what does he do? Wins the thing there.
A laughingstock of the NFC.
Kills the Chiefs. 31-9.
Yep.
Tom Brady will always be the GOAT.
Tom Brady will always be the GOAT. I agree with you there.
100%. He has more rings than any franchise.
Yeah.
He has 7. Pats, he got all 6 for him, but they got 6.
Yeah.
Steelers, they have 6. Brady has 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
It's insane to say it. I didn't really appreciate. It's kind of the same thing I have with Mahomes here. You get the fatigue of watching the same team, but towards the end of his career, I was like, this guy is a fucking he really is the greatest player I've ever seen play this game.
I understand your hatred for Mahomes too. I mean, he beats your team. He does.
Not even just that. It's really like the cry. I don't. It's the same reason I don't like LeBron. If you're this great, why are you crying about every fucking thing that doesn't go your way?
We don't got to get into the whole.
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing for me. You're supposed to be the greatest, but you cry about every little thing that doesn't go your way. And they're both out here flopping. I mean, come on, bro. You're supposed to be the greatest. Now, they're not self-proclaimed greatest. LeBron behind closed doors will say it. And he has come out and said it before, I'm the greatest. Mahomes doesn't say that. He's a very humble guy. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate a crybaby, dude. Especially when you're winning Super Bowls and everybody's saying you're the best.
We did never hear Tom Brady cry.
No.
Ever.
No, never.
He
I saw an interview
wins.
Sean Merriam did, and he was like, back then you could really fucking kill the quarterback. And one in the AFC Championship game one year, I got to take a real shot at Tom Brady coming across. Beginning of the game, I came up from behind, sacked him, knocked his helmet off, head flicked back, put all my force down him into the ground. And you could do that back then. I get up and walk back like, yeah, that guy's done. He's not getting up. He said that skinny motherfucker jumped up like nothing happened, got back in the huddle, and methodically drove down the field and put points on the board. And he said, oh, this motherfucker's different.
Yeah.
You can't even hit quarterbacks like that now.
No. But Tom Brady's always my GOAT, and I appreciate Tom Brady for never being able to beat the Giants. Couldn't get it done.
That's why he's your GOAT.
So, I mean, if we're being real, Eli Manning's the GOAT. But story for another day.
I wonder if he's getting elected as a finalist into the Hall of Fame. They're announcing that tonight.
Should be first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree.
Should be
There's
first
a big conversation there and controversy there with Eli Manning. He's not Hall of Fame. I get the stats aren't crazy, but one of the most clutch guys we've ever seen.
Oh, insane.
When he gets to the playoffs, whole different player. What is this league about? Championships, big moments, legacy.
Who had bigger moments than Eli Manning?
Eli Manning. I mean, beating the greatest player in the Super Bowl twice.
16-0 Patriots, no losses the whole season.
Yeah.
Favorited by 13 points in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just to lose to Eli.
Mm-hmm. He did have great defense, but still.
Greatest Super Bowl upset of all time.
It might be the greatest Super Bowl ever played.
Yeah.
That was a great
Shout
Super
out to
Bowl.
David Tyree, too.
Yeah, shout out to David Tyree.
Yeah. Third catch of the whole season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane.
Strahan said he was dropping passes all week in practice, too.
Yeah,
just to make the greatest
was a
catch.
nervous wreck going into the Super Bowl.
I know we say the OBJ is the greatest catch we've ever seen, but realistically, with the game and everything that was on the line, is that the greatest catch
Yeah, it is.
ever?
Giants just make great catches. That's what we do.
No.
But yeah, that's going to be the greatest catch of all time for me. Number 2 for me isn't even OBJ either. It's the Edelman Falcons catch.
Oh, that was a great catch,
Very
too.
slept on,
Yeah,
underrated.
very slept on. That's because the game was on the line. I
Yeah.
feel like that makes these things, because OBJ, it was just a game in the middle of the season, beginning of the season, actually, I think, that really didn't mean anything, win or lose. I mean, yeah, it's a division game, but just an amazing catch we see, but there's nothing on the line,
Yeah.
you know?
I know we still got the Super Bowl. I want to take a small sneak peek to the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we don't know who the number 1 pick is. We also don't know who the number 1 QB is.
Yeah.
Who do you think should go first in the draft?
First in the draft, I think you got to go with the generational talent. The first overall pick in the draft, responsibly, if you're this guy, the team that's in this position, if you have the number 1 pick overall, you got to look. I know you got to look. You need a quarterback, right? But you just do not pass up a generational talent.
No.
I 100% believe it needs to be Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter.
Okay. I'm perfectly fine with those. I think those are the best 2 players in the draft by far.
I do too.
I think if you're the Titans, though, you can only take so much of Will Levis.
Yeah, but I mean, there's all these veteran quarterbacks that are available. I think they might make a move to get a vet quarterback, to get a generational player in the draft this year, and then get the guy they like next year. Because this year is probably worse quarterback draft than the next year, if not right there on the same level.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. You know how I feel about Cam Ward and Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm low on Shadur. I am low on Shadur. But I'm high on Cam Ward and Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
I've been high on Jackson Dart since before the season started.
Before the season started, you were always fanboying over.
And with him having such a good Senior Bowl, people are raving about Jackson Dart.
Hey,
I like him.
A local legend has made a name even more for himself with the Senior Bowl. Landon Jackson balled out at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
And he might be sneaking into this late first round pick.
And it's good to see a local guy from around here, you know, being a first round pick. That's not big for just him.
Yeah.
I mean, the city.
I think the latest he goes is second round. I mean, he's a force, dude. I think his combine is going to be amazing. And
6'7",
I think
265.
280, buddy. He's 280 now, and he moves like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if realistically people are going to look around and be like, he's a first round talent.
Don't be surprised if he's a second edge rusher off.
Second.
I would not be surprised. I know it's like high, but people take risk all the time.
They do, and it seems like a risk now because wait till we see the pro days in the combine.
Yeah.
That's really, we're going to be like, okay, we're going to see the rise.
Yeah. So, I mean, and Jackson, if you're seeing this, come get on the pod.
Come get on the pod, Landon.
You know, Texarkana. Come on.
But also shout out Nick Martin. Nick Martin's looking to get drafted here. I think a team will get lucky to get him in the fourth and beyond. If they can get him later than the fifth round, I think they're going to get a steal. Yeah, I think he's a really
great
good
season
player.
at Oklahoma State.
Yes, he's a great player. Seems like a great leader. And really has a real good nose of just attacking the football. You know, you're going to get a real good linebacker if you draft him.
But you're taking Cam or Shadur?
If I had
say you had to take a QB
quarterback right now, mindset and the way I've listened to both their interviews. Shadur gives off a little bit of, you know, he's a hard worker, don't get me wrong, but he gives off a little bit too much flash and too much cockiness. Like, I want my quarterback confident, beyond measure, with a little bit of cockiness. I don't want it the other way around. Cocky beyond measure and a little bit of confidence. Cam Ward seems like he lives, eats, breathes football.
Yeah.
Shadur, he raps on the side. He's worried about podcasts and all this other stuff. The way he even talks, it doesn't seem like he is a franchise guy.
Yeah.
I think I would take my shot at Cam if I was going to draft a quarterback and I had the first, second, or third pick.
Yeah, I like Cam Ward. If as a Giants fan, somehow make it happen. Get us Cam Ward.
Cam Ward to the Giants?
Cam Ward. I'm fully sold.
With Malik?
Give me Cam Ward. With Malik.
Oh, I like it.
Be a bright future.
It would be. I'd be excited if I were you.
I would. I am excited about the draft.
Excited.
Is that sad that I only ever get excited about the draft, not even actual football?
No, I was there a couple years ago.
Yeah, it sucks.
So look, you can be on the other side in a year, dude. Repping your quarterback's jersey live on a pod and be proud about it.
Yeah, I even wore number 8 in high school. And I never got a Daniel Jones jersey.
Shout out Daniel Jones making that money.
No, not a shout out to Daniel Jones. I hate you.
Get your bag. Get your bag, young man.
Oh, but all right. I want to get a score prediction, MVP prediction, Super Bowl. What you got?
Super Bowl 59 played in New Orleans, Kansas City versus Philadelphia. I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning 24-20 in a very tight game.
You're back to the Eagles.
Yeah. I think so. Everything you've been telling me, you keep saying these X factors. I keep going over these Fangio stats, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's also my Chiefs hatred too.
Yeah,
my Chiefs hatred is making.
It could be the same for me.
And you know what?
Actually, I don't think it is the same for me.
What is it?
I'm a Giants fan. It's gonna hurt seeing the Eagles win.
Yeah. So why are you going for the Eagles? The love for Saquon?
I think it might just be.
Or is it the hatred for the Chiefs?
I think it's a mixture of both. I do love Saquon. He gave our franchise a lot. I know some Giants fans out there, they hate Saquon for leaving because we had the same money on the table as him.
Yeah.
I personally, I understand it. We should have paid him off rip. That was kind of disrespectful from us. So
yeah,
I understand. I love Saquon. I don't blame Saquon. Shit, I would have went to the Eagles too.
This tells you how close of a game it's going to be. I think within the last week, I've flip-flopped 100 times of who I think is going to win. And even on this podcast, I think 3 times.
I haven't flipped till today.
And it's just like, because we're getting to it. We're feeling it. Everything tells me to take the Chiefs. But I want the Eagles to win. And if I just look at the teams and who are the better built teams and who has a transcendent player, they both have Mahomes and one has Barkley.
Yeah.
Mahomes, Barkley, transcendent players on offense. Wide receiver core, Eagles got the edge. Running backs, Eagles got the edge. Quarterbacks, Chiefs got the edge, but Jalen Hurts is no slouch, especially in these games. O-line, that's very close. I'm going to take the Eagles.
Yep.
Defense, overall, I don't want to break it down by position. Overall, I think the Eagles clear by a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles. 24-20, tight-knit game. But at the same time, kind of feels like the Eagles always have it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, I'm going to paint you a picture with mine. Get you even more excited for the Super Bowl.
All right, Picasso, paint away.
I got you. Chiefs are up 31-24. Just took the lead with the touchdown. And the Eagles have a minute and 30 seconds to go down the field, but they have all 3 timeouts.
Okay.
Starting off, they're going to hit Saquon for a screen pass. He's going for 20 yards. It's going to put you around the 40-yard line.
Okay.
And, they got the momentum going. Instead of calling a timeout, they're going to go no huddle, about a little 5-yard dump off, timeout.
Okay.
Okay. They're going to go incomplete pass, sack. We're looking at 3rd and 16.
Oh, fuck.
You're like, oh, God, it's going to happen again. We saw it with Josh Allen, except this time, Jalen Hurts escapes and hits A.J. Brown across the middle to get him at the 30-yard line on a post route.
On a post route? See, that has everything opposite what I think. Not the whole drive, but the rollout, the escape. I think that's exactly what the Chiefs are planning to make Jalen Hurts do. Heavy pressure on one side, force him to roll out, pull a spy out, attack him, get him flustered, and Jalen Hurts possibly throw picks or just throw the ball away.
I think it's going to be a jump ball, and I trust A.J. Brown in the jump ball. So give me Jalen Hurts rolling to his right, throwing down the field off one leg. Superman type throw.
I think A.J. Brown's a dog. I think Trent McDuffie's a better corner than he is receiver.
We'll see.
And I'm saying all this because I'm just reacting, right, to
Yeah.
what we're saying. And that's like I feel like my football knowledge is coming out. My instinct of the better players and what I've seen, right? And then that makes me think, like, well, damn. It feels like the Chiefs, like, realistically, you think the Chiefs are going to win. That's how close this thing is.
Yeah. All right, so we're down.
Is there any chance, hold on, is there any chance we see a blowout?
No.
No? Not a zilch.
0. Don't see it happening. So you're at the 30-yard line. You got 40 seconds on the clock. They go inside zone to Saquon. 6 yards. Don't take a timeout. You hit another guy across the middle, a couple incomplete passes. You're now at the 5-yard line, 3rd and goal with 6 seconds left. You got to draw up one play to go get in the end zone and potentially tie it. What do? You hit it. Saquon again on a bubble pass. Saquon makes someone miss and gets in the end zone.
A bubble pass?
We're at the 5-yard line.
To win the game. What about a fade? You know how they like to run Saquon a fade, like a little, like the mesh route.
I think Jalen Hurts gets in some trouble, hits Saquon short, and he pulls off the magic we've seen all year. It's 30-31. They elect to go for 2.
Oh, God. I hope this ain't the real fucking play. I hope this doesn't play out like this.
They get them off sides. They're now at the 1-yard line.
This is the most dramatic script ever. It might be real, actually.
Just enjoy it. They're at the 1-yard line. They line up in the tush push.
The tush push.
They pan to Jason Kelsey rooting for the Eagles against his brother. They pan to a Taylor Swift with her hands on her head. Mahomes and Kelsey on the sideline looking like they're going through it. And Jalen Hurts gets it.
The 650-pound squatter?
Gets it. She pans over to Kelsey going crazy. Eagles win 32-31 at the clock.
As the clock goes out.
As the clock goes out, off the tush push.
Confetti's coming down. Taylor Swift's real personality is shown. She's like, rah! The demon she is.
Eagles win it off. Off the tush.
You know Taylor Swift's an Eagles fan, right?
Really?
She's born in Pennsylvania. Before she gets with Travis Kelce, she's always been seen wearing Philadelphia stuff. She's an Eagles fan.
Huh.
Except of course, you're going to choose love over these things.
Yeah.
But not if you're a real Philadelphia fan. They're like, fuck you, significant other. I'm an Eagles fan until I die. We know how nasty the Eagles fan base is.
So with that being said, my prediction is Eagles 32-31 on a game-winning drive.
Eagles 32-31.
That ends it all with a tush push.
Tush push to win it. Tush push finale. You heard it here first.
Very dramatic. But
yeah, I hope it's not, because I'm going to be like, this is why I didn't want to fucking watch it.
Until it happens.
But yeah, if it plays out like that and the Eagles win.
With that script, this will be the best Super Bowl of all time. If that was to happen. NFL, if you're seeing this, it's not too late to change the script from the Chiefs winning, you know? That would be beautiful.
Yeah. Pat Riley is praying the Chiefs win and they use
oh my gosh, that 3-peat. No, it's going to be Chiefs Pete.
I hate it already.
Yeah.
But look, do you think, is there going to be, I know the Eagles switch off coaches so much, right? Even Doug Peterson, that wins the Super Bowl, 2 years later, they're like, bye, right?
Yeah.
How much time do you think a Super Bowl win buys Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia?
However long he wants. 5 years.
5 years after this?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they've been great since he's came in. I'm not going to lie. Overall, they've won so many games.
5 years.
Crazy.
Gets a hold on to Hurts. Even if you lose, I don't think you put it all on Hurts. Unless Hurts just goes out there and shits the bed.
I mean, yeah, we have to have real talk there. If it's not, we're expecting what we've seen last time.
Yeah.
And what we've seen in all the clutch moments from Jalen.
He just wins big games. That's what he does. Done it at every level. He wins big football games.
All right, so we're going to adjust our QB rankings here.
Okay.
We're going to include playoff moments and everything, as you should when you talk about this.
Oh, we're going to include playoff moments?
Yeah, playoff moments, everything, as you should when you talk about these things.
Bet.
Top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now.
Okay, give me Mahomes.
Yeah.
Give me Allen. Allen hasn't beat Mahomes yet. Go look at the stats. He puts up better stats than Mahomes.
Just doesn't have the guys to make the plays for him, too.
He puts up the stats. Number 3, give me Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Joe Burrow. It's close, between him and then give me Jalen Hurts at 4 and give me Matthew Stafford at 5. Because you're adding in playoffs.
I love that. Matthew does have a Super Bowl.
It's true. But
the age is like a thing for you. It is for me too.
Because we're going current still. So
yeah.
I mean, Hurts beat him this season.
What I mean is, I guess so. What I mean, when I say current, I guess I do mean like right now, and I also mean like nobody plays a down tomorrow ever again. Like after this year, another down is not played by.
We'll take Hurts over Stafford.
Okay.
He performs hugely in the games.
Yeah, he does.
The game the Rams won, they won, but Stafford didn't have one of those like, oh my God games.
Yeah.
Hurts did, even though they lost, and he gets them there every.
Yeah.
He just wins big games. That's what he does.
There's a reason he's like sponsored by Jordan. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I know people said,
Lamar's not in your top 5. You're just hating. Bro, I've been saying this since they lost how overrated Lamar is. You've beat the Titans in 2018.
Ryan Tannehill.
You've beat a rookie CJ Stroud.
Yeah. Shout out CJ.
With the Texans having injuries. And you beat this year's Russell Wilson. That's all you've beat in the playoffs.
An age-old Russell Wilson who's not the same. Tannehill who's never been anything but an average quarterback in the league.
And a rookie CJ Stroud.
That's a valid take. Why? I mean, stats aside, and yeah, it's crazy to watch him play. He's almost unstoppable. But if you can't do anything in the playoffs, what is all of that mean?
I know people are like, it's not his fault. Mark Andrews dropped that pass. You should have never got yourself in a position where you're down that much against a good team by turning the ball over twice in the first half.
Yeah.
He had a fumble and he had an interception. You can't put yourself in that position for it to come down to that against a team like the Bills. You just can't do it.
Mark Andrews, he fumbled the ball as well, and then he dropped the pass at the end. But you're right. I mean, you're never even in that position, possibly, if you don't put your team in that deficit in the beginning of the game.
Exactly.
Right. And he does this time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically been able to only beat average quarterbacks outside of an average rookie CJ Stroud, right? I'm right there with you. I think Lamar's outside of my top 5. Realistically, I might even have, I know you're right. I might even have Baker Mayfield over the guy. Just bigger wins and bigger moments. And I think almost as many playoff wins as the guy.
You need to upload the clip from back to week 6 when I was saying Baker's that guy and you saying Baker sucks.
Baker's not my top 5, but he might be 6 for me. And Lamar might be 7 for me. Of course, Mahomes. I got Patrick Mahomes at 1. Josh Allen at 2. Matt Stafford at 3. Joe Burrow at 4. And Hurts at 5.
I'm mad at it.
Only reason I got Hurts behind Burrow, because I think Burrow is a better player. He has a worse team.
Yeah. We're talking about bad defenses.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's where I'm at. And I think I got Baker. Wow, am I saying that? I think I really do have Baker right now, currently as my 6th quarterback, best quarterback in the league right now. And then Lamar at 7.
Yeah, Baker at 6. I got Jaden Daniels at 6.
I don't, only because of rookie bias. I mean, it's 1 year. I have to see more than 1 year.
We could say 1 year, but in 1 year,
it doesn't matter.
He won basically the same amount of playoff games as Lamar.
So did Mark Sanchez. Are we gonna say that about him?
It was different.
Is it though? We get caught up in this. I mean, he's amazing.
Mark Sanchez, like you alluded to earlier, had one of those top defenses.
Yes, and I think Jaden's going to be great. I think he's going to be a top 10. I think middle of the year next year, I'm like, yeah, he's no doubt top 10, possibly top 5 guy through the middle of the year next year. But we have to wait to see defense adjust to a quarterback they've never seen before, a team they weren't expecting to be good. That's real. All that's real. And a potential sophomore slump. Do I think he'll have a sophomore slump? Probably not. I don't think so.
We can clip this now. Come back to it next year.
All right.
See how I look then.
See how you look. I mean, it's not a wild take because everybody's saying this shit. I think mine's more wild that no, he's not a top 10 quarterback.
That's true. I got some arguments the other day at work talking about if Jane Daniels would have got to the Super Bowl, already had him over Lamar.
Oh, then I'm saying, yeah, he's top 5.
Yeah.
If rookie gets to the Super Bowl, I'm like, yes.
And they were like, no.
That shit's real.
And then what was the other? Oh, they said Jalen Waddle was better than T. Higgins.
What?
Yeah. That was just stupid.
I hope the Bengals will be able to keep these guys. Trey Henderson.
You saw what Joe Burrow said, right?
Joe Burrow's that's why he's there.
He put pressure.
He's there. People think he's there to watch Super Bowl. He is, and he wants to be there and everything. He's doing interviews to put pressure on his team to bring back his guys because he wants to be there.
He wants to get back.
He wants to be there not in the fashion he is this year. He wants to be playing.
Yeah.
He wants to be in media in a different way, getting ready for the Super Bowl. I'm here for another Joe Burrow Super Bowl.
Me too. I love the swagger that he brings with him.
Shout out Joe Burrow.
But yeah. So exciting game Sunday. I'm happy we're going to watch it.
Yeah.
Pull up to the spot. We got wings. We got pizza, I know
everybody come to Wyatt's apartment to watch the game.
Hey, yeah, it's going to be a great time.
Everybody's invited.
It's going to be a great time. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Hopefully the Eagles can knock off the Chiefs.
It's really resonating with me. Another Super Bowl Sunday, another season is coming and going in a blink of an eye. I'm kind of getting sad, but I'm really excited for off season.
We're not going anywhere during the offseason.
No, we'll be here doing the pod, making predictions, scouting these guys.
More wild takes to come.
We got a lot of free agency to talk about. We got a lot of NFL draft to talk about.
You'll get me excited. My favorite part of the season is the Giants.
The offseason is just as good to me. We love to see the regular season, but the offseason is so good now. It's like movie. It's like drama.
Where's the combine at?
The combine? I don't know. It's going to be in Indianapolis, ain't it?
Oh, I think so.
It's always in Indy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy if we could get a live podcast from the combine.
Never know.
Never know.
All right, everybody. It's been another episode of Fourth and Football. Shout out to you all for watching. Stay tuned for our After the Super Bowl episode. Peace out.